hell else is in this segment with us? Who is that? It's Ryan Clark. He's there. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen to your brother. Here I come. Let's go to number 5 on the list. Give it to me. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, they've dropped about 4 slots. Why? Because they've stuck up the joint the last 2 games. That's why I don't give a damn that they're 11-1. I don't like the way that they've looked. Bud Dupree is out for the season. Devin Bush is out for the season. Spillane might be out for a few weeks. Offensively, they can't run the damn football to save their life. That's not Steelers football. If Mike Tomlin can call them out, if he could sit up there and call them straight garbage, at least metaphorically or whatever the case may be, or paraphrasing or whatever, that if he could do that, damn it, I could do that. They lucky they're in my top 5, but 11-1. Suffering their first loss, they're still 11-1.
Boy, you
I gotta say they're a
shameful.
top 5 team. That's what. Zip it, Ryan Clark. We'll get to you in a second. Let's go to number 4 on the list, please. Give it to me. The Buffalo Bills. Why? Because right now, a legitimate argument could be made that, records aside, they might be the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs instead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Josh Allen is balling, completing nearly 70% of his passes. They're winning football games. They're first in the AFC East. Them against the Steelers coming up is a game we must all watch. The Buffalo Bills are a legitimate threat. We can't ignore that. Let's get to number 3 on the list. Give it to me. You know what time it is. Here's a hint. He's a bad man. Woo! I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers completing better than 68% of his passes. They're winning football games, 36 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Clearly a top 2 candidate for league MVP honors. He is that dude. His name is Aaron Rodgers. Yes, he's got Devontae Adams. Yes, he's got Aaron Jones. Lazard is not a scrub. We get it. But Aaron Rodgers is that's a bad brother right there. Just reminding everybody of his greatness. I've got them at number 3. Let's get to number 2 on the list. You know what it is. Give it to me. It ain't about Taysom Hill, but it is about him to some degree, the New Orleans Saints. Why? Because they've won 9 straight. That's why. Because even though they haven't had Drew Brees, their defense has been nothing short of elite. They're probably the most well-balanced team in the National Football League with the exceptional coaching of Sean Payton. And oh, by the way, and Drew Brees is coming back. The defense is solid. Kamara is still there. Michael Thomas is still there. Emmanuel Sanders is still there. The brothers can play, and Taysom Hill can run with the damn football. He's a dual threat. Give respect where respect is due. Consistency matters. They're trending upwards. The Steelers can't say as much. I'm going with the Saints at number 2 and number 1. You know who it is. You know what time it is. His name is Patrick Mahomes. They are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. But I don't know if anybody's noticed. I understand it's almost not fair because George Kittle is injured. But Travis Kelce looks like he's destined for the Hall of Fame. He is just putting on a show at that tight end spot, catching passes all over the place. Tyreek Hill, one of the best wide receivers in football. You still got Andy Reid and Bieniemy. The defense isn't trash. Kansas City's the number 1 team. So my top 5, Ryan Clark, just to be clear, okay, the Chiefs, the Saints, the Packers, the Bills, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my top 5 team. Let's go.
This is depressing because I have to do my power rankings on the Max Kellerman show on the radio, guys. I give my rankings every week, my power rankings, and I sent them in yesterday. My producer Raj, Stephen A, and I got to say that's a Stephen's A+ list. You not only got the right 5 teams, you got them in the right order, 5-1. It's exactly right. That's the first time this year Stephen A has turned in a list that I don't even really see the debate. He got 1 through 5 and in the right order.
Guys. This is the second week Max has said that. Guys. By the way. It's not the first week, Max. It's the second week he said that. But no.
Yeah. Well, last week I agreed you had an A list because you could have had a debate about one. This is perfect.
Hey, Ryan, before you go, can I ask a question for a second here? What color blue is that you're wearing right there?
It's purple.
It's purple. Oh,
blue called purple.
It's purple with gold in the inside. LSU. Okay. You see it? I'm still repping.
Did you just bring up LSU?
I'm still repping.
You just brought up LSU, huh?
I'm still repping.
Okay. LSU, huh? I hear you mention them all year, Ryan Clark. Hey, that's the first time I heard you mention it this year.
As of now, we are still the reigning national champion.
Okay.
Don't forget that. So watch your mouth.
That's
you
true.
understand?
That's true.
Because you're the one always talking about blasphemy. It's clearly you're a traitor. I mean, you're the most Fredo Corleone type brother I've ever seen in my life. You just walk over to the other side. So the Steelers lose one time, and we push them all the way down to 5. This list isn't even. It's not even mobile. It's fugazi. Like the fact that a team is 11-1, and yes, they didn't look good against the Washington football team, but they only lost one time, Stephen A. Out of 12 times that they've gone on the field, they've been the better team. Now, I believe the Buffalo Bills should move into the top 5. I would have them as the 5th team, but at least let them beat the Pittsburgh Steelers this week before you put them ahead of them. But you know what? You've been trying to get here the whole year. Oh, I think they need to lose. Oh, RC, I'm scared. So you know why you did this list? You did this list to make yourself feel good. To make yourself feel good for hating on the Steelers for the last 6 weeks, for picking against them and saying that they lose a game eventually. I mean, if you keep saying it every week, Stephen A., eventually you're going to be right. And two, Stephen A., on the other side of it, the New Orleans Saints are the #1 football team in the NFL. Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes, and I get it. Ahead of Kansas City.
No way.
The New Orleans Saints have the most dominant unit in football. They are giving up 4.2 yards a play. And I'm just going to give you a reference for that. Every team that they play ends up playing offense worse than the New York Jets. Every team ends up playing offense worse than the New York Jets on average. In the last 5 games, they've had 57 defensive possessions. You know how many points they gave up? 44. That's total dominance. That's dominance we don't see from Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense. That's dominance we don't see from the Pittsburgh Steelers and their defense. It's the most dominant unit in football. And they'll get Drew Brees back healthy late in the year. No. That's the #1 team. The Steelers are the number 3 team.
Okay.
And you can fight it all you want. They are 11-1. That is Steven's wrong list. That's what it is.
Right now. Let me tell you something right now. I don't give a damn about that purple and gold and your soliloquy with your expertise. I don't give a damn. Well, I do like it. I must admit, I do like it. I might get that color. But the point that I'm trying to make to you, Mac, the point that I'm trying to make to you, Ryan Clark, is this. That your list is garbage, straight garbage. You know that, listen, it's a week to...
First of all, I deliver it better than you.
Hold on. It's a week-to-week list. It's trending. The fact of the matter is, when you see the way the Steelers are looking at this particular moment in time, you can't conceivably put them ahead of the Buffalo Bills. That's #1. #2, when you talk about the Saints, okay, they handled their business against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The last 4 weeks that you're talking about, you neglected to mention who they're going against. The Atlanta Falcons. San Francisco.
Atlanta Falcons are explosive offensively.
Hold on. San Francisco without Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle. And, oh, by the way, Denver, who didn't even have a quarterback. All of their quarterbacks tested positive for COVID-19. You just left that out. Everybody. I mean, who has that? The entire quarterback room tested positive for COVID-19. And they had to pull some dude off the practice squad. Just stop it. You didn't bring that up, did you? You just neglected to mention that part, didn't you?
That wasn't important to my narrative. Stephen A.
Exactly.
I would have brought it up if it made sense for me to bring it up. It didn't. You know how TV works.
That's why they ain't #1. That's why they're not #1. That's why they're #2.
Look,
here's
the bottom line, RC. Here's why Stephen A. is right, though it pains me to say it. He got the list perfectly. Every team and in the right order. #1, the Steelers can't run the ball. They can't run the ball. And I know they played 3 games in 13 days, and they're coming off the Ravens game, and they're a short week. And you got to run the ball better than the Steelers, especially the way the Bills just showed out. And Josh Allen just showed out, right? You're not going to put the Steelers ahead of the Bills at this moment. And then #1, Ryan, it's not about fairness. If it was fair, you'd be right about the Saints. And when Drew Brees comes back, the bottom line is we all know what's going to happen. Patrick Mahomes takes the field. It's a wrap. So, Yet Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs,
until
defense. Further notice, are the best team in the NFL. Before every power ranking,
we'll see it in a couple of weeks.
Before every season, before every game, it's Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
You could play running back for the Steelers right now, Ryan.
No, I can't.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
No, I cannot.
Yes, you could. You know why? You know why you can play running back for the Steelers right now, Ryan? Because they don't have a running game.
They don't get the ball?
They don't have a running game.
Okay.
That's why.
Let's go to